everyone, and how are you today? We are back for another episode of Wired for Success podcast. Myself, Patience Mondevi, and my colleague Steve Costello here. And today we are talking about drama, basically. So we spoke about drama in our last episode, and now we are talking about it because drama has got so many levels into it, and drama basically is so diverse that we could talk about it over and over and over. But today we want to maybe focus on certain areas of what drama causes, not only just for the young people, but also for parents, and just talking about as well how the season affects us, basically. So, Steve, how are you feeling today? You good?
I am better than I was. Thanks, Patience. Definitely improvement. There's been a lot of drama around that as well.
Yes.
So, you mentioned the seasons, and a moment. So, yeah, a moment ago you mentioned the seasons, and the seasons can affect us in quite a big way. We hear about sad seasonally affected disorder, for example, that some people really don't cope well in the darker months. I would add that most of us don't really cope well during the darker months. Not just a few people. It's not just a select group. I think it's all of us. But the thing is, we're taught to keep going. We don't have the luxury of taking the winter off. We don't have the luxury of not working in November because it's dark and dreary and miserable outside. We have to keep moving and keep going. But somehow our body says, actually, I want you to slow down. We've lost the ability to an extent to listen to our mind and our body. We don't hear what's being said because we're too busy attending to the dramas all around us. And it may be the drama at work, it may be the drama that our kids are bringing home from school. There's a million dramas. The drama we've just been talking about, Patience and I, what's going on in Palestine and Israel. There's a huge drama there, and that's not a positive drama in any sense, in any shape or form. But all of these dramas affect us. All of these dramas affect our performance. All of these dramas affect our relationships with our kids, with our families, with our co-workers, and so on and so forth. So we're constantly bombarded by a lot of drama, and it always plays out in our life.
Yeah.
And we don't realize it because we see it as part and parcel. This is the way it is.
I love that. I love that, Steve. It is the way it is. So it is the way it is. Is it really the way it is? I think that's the question for today. Is it really the way it is? Because just like Steve just mentioned right now with the drama and how it can affect us coming from everywhere. So again, we have different perception of what drama is. So my drama might not be the same as Steve's drama. So Steve might talk to me about something right now, and I might think like, "Oh, that's nothing," but for him, that's really a big drama. And I might say something, and Steve might say, "Wow, you're going through a lot," and actually, for me, it's not drama. So, what about our perception? Is what it is really what it is? That's my question, really.
That's an amazing philosophical question as well. We could be here all day on that one. What it is for me, I'm aware of what triggers drama in my mind. I'm fully aware of the sort of things that trigger drama. And I try to manage them. I try to deal with them. I try to breathe through them. I have all kinds of little things that I use to try and get over the drama so that it's not affecting me, because I know it affects me. As I said a few minutes ago, we talked briefly about the Palestinian situation. And that's affected me. I can feel it in my chest. The mind body thing that you hear people talk about, the mind body experience and so on, it's real.
Yeah.
So, talking about the Palestinian situation at the moment has given me a, you can't see, it's given me a strange feeling there. And it's not a very comfortable, strange feeling. So, we're
Mm.
affected by dramas in different ways. My drama is not Patience's drama. As Patience said a few moments ago, we have different ways of looking at the world. And what is that stuff based on? Why do we look at the world in different ways? It's based on our values. We
Mm.
may share a lot of values, but we have some values that enable us to see the world through a different lens. What makes us feel good might differ from one person to the next. What makes us feel bad differs from one person to the next. Some people can rise above it. Somehow, they say, they can rise above the drama. How they do that, I'm not quite sure. I try to rise above the drama, but I'm not always successful. I'm a human being. And this is another thing we need to think about. We've become human doings. We're always doing things, always doing something, always striving, always aiming to achieve. And there's a lot of psychological concept in what I'm talking about right now, but I'm not going to cover the theory. So we're always striving and pushing and trying to achieve something or other. We're always doing, but sometimes we need to step back. We need to step back so that we can be. We need to be calm. We need to think, okay, what can I do to calm myself right now?
Mm.
What do I respond well to? What calms me down? For me, going into the mountains. Let's keep it simple. So I can go into the mountains and just breathe. I was on a mountain bike ride yesterday evening, and I stopped on a trail. I could see the sunset down one of the mountains, and I was getting a bit worried because I thought if the sun sets behind that mountain, it's going to be dark where I've got to ride down. So, but I was trying to just zone out of all the stuff around me and just enjoy the color of the leaves in front of me. They were incredible golden shades and some reds and so on. So there's lots of beautiful color. The sky was blue with a few streaky white clouds. So I tried to focus on all of that stuff around me. And then I said to myself, listen to the silence. So I stood there listening to the silence. And I thought to myself, whoa, it's not silence, not at all. Wasn't really any wind blowing, but I could hear small branches cracking. I could hear leaves tapping against other leaves and all kinds of sounds. There was probably a few wild boar nearby because I could hear something low to the ground making kind of heavy noise, if you know what I mean. So that took me out of the drama that had surrounded me that afternoon. So we need to be able to do that, especially as parents. My daughter came home with some drama a few days ago that blew my mind. I wasn't in a good place to deal with it at that time because I was feeling quite unwell. That for her it was a big drama. For me, it shouldn't have been any drama, but it came a big drama because I wasn't feeling strong. So we need to consider how can we manage all of this stuff. So what do you think, Patience? What can we do to manage all of this?
I think there's also the narrative that you are basically embracing. So in everything we have a choice, basically. So we have the I think there's two polarities here, huh? There's we're gonna keep it simple. So so let's think of the good and the bad, and I'm putting this in bracket here. But let's say you have a perspective that is mostly positive on the outlook of life. uh, Again, the way you're going to take drama might be slightly different from someone who is got quite a negative outlook. So the negative and the positive outlook and the perceptions, they're also going to play up on the drama. So I think what we can do, what you can do, or what we can do is evaluate the drama from an outside perspective instead of being entrenched in it and be like, it's really easy to basically lose your mind and go like, this is crazy and this is happening and blah blah blah, when actually you could just come back to what are the facts here, what is happening, in which environment we are, and really making a quick assessment. It's like a fireman going into a place and doing a quick risk assessment. What's happening? Where's the fire? Where's the exit? And just checking what is happening from the outside. Yeah. So if we can stop for a minute and just go outside of the situation, then I think we can realize the full extent of the drama, whether it is really drama, whether it's not, or whether it is maybe something that we might have to deal with on a light level, on a light-headed level, or something that is maybe deeper. But also, is, as Steve just mentioned, what is this drama about? So, for example, if Steve daughter came, and for her that drama was really important, and it was really something that she needed to talk about and she took really at heart, and then the parent, or maybe Steve, takes it really lighthearted, can you imagine the way that's going to enhance the drama? So so here as well is also looking at who's involved in the drama, which character are there, and what it is that it means for them. But at the same time, not being, if I can say, I want to say swallowed by that drama, if we can say it like that. And what I mean here is basically, to give you a quick example, I had this friend when I was a bit younger. I was like 20, and when I was 20, I was quite shy, quite naive. Everybody was, I took everything for face value, basically. And every time I would come in and talk about something really simple, she will go into this big whole drama. Oh my God, do not do this. If you do this, this will happen. And that created a narrative that was basically not needed in my life at the time. But so you have to take in all this consideration. I know it's a lot. At the same time, if you can just, as I say, take a step back, you can see that it's really easier to know what is happening.
Yeah. I think another, just a very simple thing that can be used by anybody. It doesn't take a lot of particular skills, is defense and jury. I've mentioned this before. It can be used in a lot of different scenarios. So let's say you're feeling that something is becoming a drama. So just pause for a minute and say to yourself, defend why this should be dramatic. Come on, give me some good reasons why this should be dramatic. And when you're done with that, switch to the role of prosecutor. Give me some good reasons why this should be allowed to be a drama, and take it apart. So you've got two perspectives. You've got the defender of the drama, and you've got the one who wants to prosecute and get rid of the drama. And just see what comes out of that. And then finally, when you've done those two things, of course, you need to just assess it and see what you learned from each perspective. It's quite an interesting experience to do that. And as I said, I do it with my clients in a lot of different scenarios, but it's definitely one that you can do with drama. But let's just think about drama for a minute. Where does it come from? So it comes from the way we look at the world. It comes from our values. It comes from the influences other people have on us, our children, for example. It
Yeah.
comes from our workmates. It comes from our boss. It comes from all kinds of different places. It comes from the media. It comes from the news. A study recently showed that over 90% of the news we see on our televisions, in our newspapers, is negative. Over 90%. That is crazy. That's creating an awful lot of drama.
Yeah, that's right. So not only is it creates a lot of drama, but I think also what happens is that we are being basically taken on this wave, the wave of the drama. So the idea here is not to stay into the drama, but instead to come out of it. And how do you come out of it? There's different ways. So sometimes it could be you could decide to isolate. That's things that people do certain times. You can decide to not participate into the drama. You could also decide to participate, but the way you're going to participate is gonna basically define how you are going to be affected by the drama. And I think this is really important to point out. We're pointing it out in the sense that not only we are thinking of, okay, this has been happening, so I'm going to react in this way. But what you have to think about is, for example, as a parent, you are also a role model to your children. And if you are prone to the drama, if you are prone to all the time going in and out of this dramatic issue and thing, that's going to become the norm for your children. And if that's become the norm for your children, you're gonna be educated into the drama and basically thrive in this. That's not what you want, because ultimately drama will cause stress, anxiety, panic attack, and other things as well into somebody's life. Remember, there is a synergy between the mind and the body. So anything that is in that environment is gonna definitely um, touch. I want to say attack. It's gonna attack how things are taken basically. So it's gonna attack the mind. It's gonna attack the body, and that's not what you want as a parent, and that's not what you want for your teenagers either. So that was us today. I think we're having slightly technical issues, but we are carrying on. And I just wanted to tell you that we will be back. So we will be back for a hi Steve. So I was just saying that we had a bit of difficulties, but we will be back with another episode soon. Is there anything that you wanted to add before we leave?
I don't think so. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was talking, the next minute everything said no, no more. I'm
I
not
think
sure what was
it's
going on
just
there.
the challenge of life, the drama. See, we're
Yeah,
talking about drama.
the
We're
drama.
bringing the drama
Yeah,
in. Yes.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's just the drama, and you can see both of us are not traumatized. We all laughing. And you know what? Again, perception. If this was happening at the beginning when we started the podcast, at the in the first episode, I guess that would have been really stressful for both of us. But because we've been on today's journey for a while now, and we understand also that we are online and we are using a tool and we are dependent on that tool, we also know that we can't control all of the effects. So as you can see, we're taking it light-heartedly, and we will be back next week for another episode where we're going to talk again a little bit more about drama. As you know, drama is such a big subject. But until then, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you need any support, any help with parenting, with teenagers, don't hesitate to contact us. Details are in the comments. Thank you. And
Thanks,
bye.
everybody. Take care.